Heavy rain to bring possible flooding to parts of southeast New South Wales and eastern Victoria in the coming days. And severe weather warnings are current for heavy rainfall extending from Ulladulla all the way to Mallacoota. And we could see damaging winds around elevated parts of Victoria, particularly tonight into the early hours of tomorrow. And that could be enough to bring down trees and power lines. Now, looking at what's driving this, we can see a bit of a spin here in the atmosphere on the satellite image. But to see it in more detail, the water vapour tells us the real story. And you can see here a really big spin across southern parts of New South Wales. And that's telling to us that a low is developing through upper parts of southern New South Wales. And that's going to induce a surface low on the central coast. And it's also going to drag in really moist air coming in off the ocean. And that's going to bring widespread heavy rainfall to these southeastern parts of Victoria and New South Wales. Now, we've already seen some rainfall through parts of eastern Victoria and southeast New South Wales, generally 10 to 25 millimetres in the area, but we saw falls closer to 50 millimetres around the Mallacoota area. Now, since 9 o'clock this morning, rain has continued to fall in this area, generally 10 to 15 millimetres, but there is a lot more to come. Looking at that in more detail, we can see widespread areas of heavy rain through eastern parts of Victoria and southeast New South Wales as this low winds up offshore. Now, as we move into the overnight hours, you'll see that heavy rainfall really starting to pick up through parts of coastal New South Wales, and that's going to lead to possibly dangerous flash flooding and torrential rain at times, particularly for some of these coastal communities. And they're the most concerned in the coming days, particularly Friday afternoon and into Friday night before the low finally moves off. Looking at that in more detail, you can see widespread rain of 25 to 50 millimetres already by this evening, and that's going to continue overnight and into the early hours of Friday morning. By Friday night into Saturday morning, we could see widespread areas of 100 to 200 millimetres extending from south of Wollongong all the way down to the Mallacoota area. And because of this, we have numerous flash flood watches current for much of the area. So we're seeing flash flood watches are current for all of eastern parts of Victoria and southeastern parts of New South Wales. And that's telling us that the conditions are right to see flash and riverine flooding in the coming days. Of particular concern are the Genoa and Snowy rivers, where we could see moderate to major flooding in the coming days, with minor to moderate flooding possible along the Bega River. Further north, we know there's numerous flood warnings current for major flooding for many of our inland rivers, and another round of showers and thunderstorms from the mid-north coast all the way up to Queensland could see some more localised flash flooding in these areas. And it's not only rain that we have to worry about with this system. For coastal communities, we could see some dangerous surf conditions developing as well. So as that low winds up Thursday night and particularly into Friday morning, note these surf conditions really start to pick up just off the coast of New South Wales, where we could see waves up to 6 metres, and that's enough to cause coastal erosion for some of our communities there. Thankfully, it will be a short-lived event, and then by Saturday afternoon, we'll see those wave conditions kind of ease. So to reiterate, severe weather warnings are current for damaging winds and heavy rainfall in these highlighted areas in yellow. And here at the Bureau, we'll continue to keep you updated in the coming days. And for the latest forecasts and warnings for your area, you can always go to our website, app, and social media.